So I just got back from a little trip in the Sierra Nevada mountains where I got to ride the CB750 Hornet and its older sibling, the CB1000 Hornet SP, back to back. And I thought for sure I was going to hate one of these bikes. And if you don't know me, my name is Whitney. You may remember me from such channels as Yammy Noob, Spite's Corner, or Doodle on a Motorcycle. So I even came up with like 15 silly titles about hating this bike based off of my preconceived notions. Whitney, why would you ever hate a Honda? I don't know, maybe it's because my parents were anarchists, that might have something to do with it, or the fact that I rode a 919 back to back with a Z900 RS and it really made the vintage bike shine, in my opinion. And more recently, I rode the CB1000R and I was bored. And it's not a bad motorcycle at all. I just ride them for a living, so take that with a grain of salt. So for engagement purposes, I'm going to list my 3 favorite things and my 3 least favorite things about each bike. All right, let's go. All right, CB750, favorite things. First thing is I love how it handled and rode. I was honestly kind of shocked because it wasn't boring and it had more character than I thought it was going to have. And honestly, I had a revelation at lunchtime. Check it out. All right, guys, I'm out here in just mind-blowing God taint land. It's beautiful. The energy of the trees is palpable. It's crazy. But this bike, this one, the 750, is honestly more confidence inspiring than the MT-09 SP. And that's huge because this is a significantly cheaper bike. It's making less power in a lot of ways. It has a smaller engine. But I'm starting to see the small bike light, and I've been riding for, I don't know, 10 plus years. And I was just never big on small bikes, but I don't have a lot of experience on them. I just jump straight to bigger bikes, leader bikes, and that sort of thing. But this is crazy, and it's making me also kind of come to terms with my Smart Peelin' 701, which is, it's a completely different ride in my opinion, different category, similar engine size though, which is why I bring it up. It doesn't have like that same smooth power delivery and also like this really amazing power band that allows it, like the Smart Peelin' is its own thing because it's a single cylinder, and if you like single cylinders, and you just like it. But this is like, oh, I see you can go faster and your inputs will be smoother if the power is there and if it's being delivered in this way. I don't think it's pretty. I don't think it's a pretty bike. I think it's kind of ugly, but it's like if I lived in any sort of proximity to nature or roads like this, I'd have to ditch the Smart Peelin'. Number 2, it had self-canceling turn signals. I'll tell you more about that in a second. Number 3, I haven't ridden a lot of 600s. Obviously I own a 690, but it's a thumper, so I consider that like its own planet. I briefly rode a Triumph Trident 660 and an R6, kind of. So I don't know. This really seemed to be like the Goldilocks of power, especially on, you know, twisty mountain turns. All right, my 3 least favorite things about the CB750 go. Number 1, how it looks. Just looks like a boring Japanese hyper naked, not really my thing. Honda, please make a neo-retro version of this with the same chassis and same rake. Golden, I'll trade this in a heartbeat. Number 2, it was kind of squirrely on the highway. It's a 600, it's a lighter bike. I'm coming off of a lot of heavier bikes. Like I just rode a Big Dog, I rode a Honda Rune, I rode a R9, I don't know. So that also might just have something to do with it. Third thing I didn't like about the CB750, I don't have one. I really don't. It's kind of hard to think of one. Favorite things about the CB1000, go. Number 1, love that it only comes in black and gold. It's kind of like you a little bit, and I vibe with that. Number 2, love how this bike looks. To me, it's a sexier Ducati Street Fighter. The Ducati Street Fighter kind of looks like every day is upper body day and it just works out too much and drinks too much whey protein. But this is like a slimmed down, sleeker version. It was actually designed by a team in Rome versus the CB750, which was designed in Japan. I also loved the beefy power and sound for the price. Great price tag. I love an MT10, but it is significantly more expensive. Okay, my 3 least favorite things about the CB1000. It doesn't have self-canceling turn signals. I'm nitpicking here for sure, but mine was on all day. No shame, I honestly have never owned a bike that had self-canceling turn signals, but after briefly getting to taste that life, it's like, why? The second thing I didn't like is that the seat was very uncomfortable. Honda does make a seat that you can get. I would buy it. This made my upper front butt thigh area hurt a lot. It kind of juts out in these weird positions where the CB750 was really easy to grip with my thighs. The CB1000 was not, and after about 40 minutes on day 2 of riding, I was hurting. Number 3, it had a pretty jerky throttle. Now, I was trying to acclimate to the inline 4 life, which I don't ever ride inline 4s, and B, this is a lot more power, but it was reminiscent to my first gen XSR that had a super jerky throttle. And I tried rain mode and it went away, which means that this bike could benefit from a tune and a pipe, right? We're gonna do a tune, might as well do a pipe. I think it needs to have the ball gag removed from its mouth, but that's me and every new bike. We should just all do away with whatever regulations they put, because fuck it, every bike needs, just let them breathe, baby. So that was my only other complaint, jerky throttle. So who is this bike for? Honestly, I've always thought the Hondas are a little bit nerdy. I don't know why. Let me know down in the comments why I think they're nerdy. I separate deeply vintage Hondas from new Hondas because no new Hondas are turning my head in the dealership. Esoteric reasons, Dasco, one of my Discord members, he knows probably. But it's for the person who has their shit together. It's kind of the best way I could describe it. And who also has their finances together, has their life buttoned up. And for the CB1000, if I saw a squid pull up on that bike, I was like, oh, this dude knows what's up. It's not a flex, but it's a smart flex, you know what I'm saying? And if I saw a lady pull up on a CB1000 Hornet SP, I'd be like, that's a keeper.
Shit. It's a Hornet and it's stuck on the outside of my helmet, and hopefully I can get some footage of it when I get off, but it's also terrifying me at the moment. Gotta be on the outside and it's moving. My visor was closed. I have no idea how that happened.
Yeah, I mean, you're walking it flying out. I saw it in the rear. Yeah.